Ms. Pixley, could you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Janetta Pixley.
And what is your relationship to the plaintiff here, Mr. Joseph Hubbard?
I'm his niece.
And are you the same niece that Mr. Hubbard had living at the property at 123 Spinnerbait Lane after he purchased it?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm his favorite niece.
Do you have any first-hand knowledge of the foundation and/or settling issues at 123 Spinnerbait Lane?
Well, I most certainly do.
And would you please describe what you observed at the property?
I started noticing weird things within a couple of months of moving in. What a nightmare. You know, I thought my prayers had been answered when Uncle Joe asked me to live in the house after he bought it. Did you know he's really a famous model? He's too shy to mention it, but he's really an underwear model. Heidi Klum practically stalked him. She was always sending little mementos to him, if you know what I mean. Well, Uncle Joe needed someone he could trust to make sure the property was maintained, and someone who could have everything real homey for him when he stopped in for a little visit. I'm an awesome cook, too. I can have you eating all natural and organic, and you'd never want to touch anything processed again. And I really needed a place kind of out of the way to live. I had a little incident with Hot Dog. That's my Labrador. I don't go anywhere without him. Let's just say, I was going to have to start paying puppy child support if I didn't get him out of the neighborhood where we were living in.
Now, Ms. Pixley, back to what you noticed about the property at 123 Spinnerbait Lane.
I probably hadn't been in the house 2 months, and I would hear these sounds like snapping and crackling at all weird hours. At first I wondered if it was an earthquake or maybe something more sinister than that. Like the house had been built on an old Indian burial ground, and the spirits were trying to communicate with me. But things got even weirder than the sounds.
In what way?
Cracks started appearing. At first there would be a few on the walls. Then part of the deck actually became detached from the house. The sidewalk around the side of the house developed a crack. I thought I was living in the Amityville horror house. I swear, sometime I felt like the house was actually moving underneath me. But the scariest thing was one morning I left my baby Hot Dog out to do his business. Normally he's in and out, but on this particular morning, he didn't come right back. After a little while, I went out to find him. I was afraid he found a lady dog and was up to his old tricks. When I went out the backyard, there he was, standing on the edge of a giant crack in the yard, running the length of the backyard almost down to the lake shore. It was like a ground just split open from kind of underneath the deck and down to the lake. And there was my precious Hot Dog teetering on the edge. I don't even want to think about if he had fallen in a crack. I might never have known what happened or ever found him.
Did you tell your Uncle Joey about these issues?
Well, I sure did, right after the yard thing. The earlier stuff, as I said, I thought maybe it could be some unhappy spirits, or maybe even my overactive imagination. And Uncle Joe isn't into the spirit thing, but after that crack in the yard, that was just too scary. I didn't know why it happened, but I knew it was time to get some answers, so I called Uncle Joe that day.